Today we bring you something new, exciting, video on space exploration and its capability. It's a great news for our human civilization, a very interesting video one must watch, otherwise you will regret it. Footage by NASA. Oh, please do watch till the end, don't miss it. We have a surprise news for you at the end. And yeah, please do like, subscribe, and share. Comment below. Enjoy it. NASA contacts Voyager 2 using upgraded Deep Space Network dish. Crews conduct critical upgrades and repairs to the 70-meter wide, 230-foot wide, radio antenna Deep Space Station 43 in Canberra, Australia. In this clip, one of the antenna's white feed cones, which house portions of the antenna receivers, is being moved by a crane. The only radio antenna that can command the 43-year-old spacecraft has been offline since March as it gets new hardware, but work is on track to wrap up in February. On October 29, mission operators sent a series of commands to NASA's Voyager 2 spacecraft for the first time since mid-March. The spacecraft has been flying solo while the 70-meter wide, 230-foot wide, radio antenna used to talk to it has been offline for repairs and upgrades. Voyager 2 returned a signal confirming it had received the call and executed the commands without issue. The call to Voyager 2 was a test of new hardware recently installed on Deep Space Station 43, the only dish in the world that can send commands to Voyager 2. Located in Canberra, Australia, it is part of NASA's Deep Space Network, DSN, a collection of radio antennas around the world used primarily to communicate with spacecraft operating beyond the Moon. Since the dish went offline, mission operators have been able to receive health updates and science data from Voyager 2, but they haven't been able to send commands to the far-flung probe, which has traveled billions of miles from Earth since its 1977 launch. Among the upgrades to DSS-43, as the dish is known, are two new radio transmitters. One of them, which is used to talk with Voyager 2, hasn't been replaced in over 47 years. Engineers have also upgraded heating and cooling equipment, power supply equipment, and other electronics needed to run the new transmitters. The successful call to Voyager 2 is just one indication that the dish will be back online in February 2021. What makes this task unique is that we're doing work at all levels of the antenna, from the pedestal at ground level all the way up to the feedkins at the center of the dish that extend above the rim, said Brad Arnold, the DSN project manager at NASA's Jet Propulsion Lab in Southern California. This test communication with Voyager 2 definitely tells us that things are on track with the work we're doing. Worldwide network. The Deep Space Network consists of radio antenna facilities spaced equally around the globe in Canberra, Goldstone, California, and Madrid, Spain. The positioning of the three facilities ensures that almost any spacecraft with a line of sight to Earth can communicate with at least one of the facilities at any time. Voyager 2 is the rare exception. In order to make a close flyby of Neptune's moon Triton in 1989, the probe flew over the planet's north pole. That trajectory deflected it southward relative to the plane of the planets, and it has been heading in that direction ever since. Now more than 11.6 billion miles, 18.8 billion kilometers, from Earth, the spacecraft is so far south that it doesn't have a line of sight with radio antennas in the northern hemisphere. NASA's Voyager 2 spacecraft and take it for a spin launched in 1977, the spacecraft is now more than 11.6 billion miles, 18.8 billion kilometers, from Earth. Trace its dramatic history through eyes on the solar system. DSS-43 is the only dish in the southern hemisphere that has a transmitter powerful enough and that broadcasts the right frequency to send commands to the distant spacecraft. Voyager 2's faster-moving twin, Voyager 1, took a different path past Saturn and can communicate via antennas at the two DSN facilities in the northern hemisphere. The antennas must uplink commands to both Voyagers in a radio frequency range called S-band, and the antennas downlink data from the spacecraft in a range called X-band. While mission operators haven't been able to command Voyager2 since DSS-43 went offline, the 334-meter-wide, 111-foot-wide, radio antennas at the Canberra facility can be used together to capture the signals that Voyager2 sends to Earth. The probe is sending back science data from interstellar space, or the region outside our Sun's heliosphere, the protective bubble of particles and magnetic fields created by the Sun that surrounds the planets and the Kuiper belt, the collection of small, icy bodies beyond Neptune's orbit. DSS-43 began operating in 1972, 5 years before the launch of Voyager 2 and Voyager 1, and was only 64 meters, 210 feet, wide at the time. It was expanded to 70 meters, 230 feet, in 1987 and has received a variety of upgrades and repairs since then. But the engineers overseeing the current work say this is one of the most significant makeovers the dish has received and the longest it's been offline in over 30 years. The DSS-43 antenna is a highly specialized system. There are only 2 other similar antennas in the world, so having the antenna down for 1 year is not an ideal situation for Voyager or for many other NASA missions, said Philip Baldwin, Operations Manager for NASA's Space Communications and Navigation (SCAN) program. The agency made the decision to conduct these upgrades to ensure that the antenna can continue to be used for current and future missions. For an antenna that is almost 50 years old, it's better to be proactive than reactive with critical maintenance. The repairs will benefit other missions, including the Mars Perseverance rover, which will land on the Red Planet February 18, 2021. The network will also play a critical role on Moon-to-Mars exploration efforts, ensuring communication and navigation support for both the precursor Moon and Mars missions and the crewed Artemis missions. The Deep Space Network is managed by JPL for the SCAN program, located at NASA headquarters within the Human Exploration and Operations Mission Directorate. The Canberra station is managed on NASA's behalf by Australia's National Science Agency, the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation. The Voyager spacecraft were built by JPL, which continues to operate both. JPL is a division of Caltech in Pasadena. The Voyager missions are a part of the NASA Heliophysics System Observatory. Technology and discovery for human civilization. It's a great news and we hope the very best to NASA and its team, a very good luck and best wishes for the success and endeavor. That's all for today, we hope you like the video. For the kind info, though my channel we are focused, it's all about legit reviews. Regarding cryptocurrency and mining, in order to save innocent investors from scammers, we do specialize in other fields travel, facts about truth related to humanity and other topics which is important to daily life. Please do support us, subscribe, like and share. We are worth your precious time, trust us.